They're clinging to this idea. What's behind this thinking that it's only a matter of months before inflation goes back to target?
Well, a lot of the bond market veterans just believe that, we are going to see, we have unemployment near record lows, that we are going to gradually see an increase in inflation. None of them are saying it's going to scream higher, but they're saying that if you look at the tips market where you can garner break-even expectations for inflation, it's, about 1.8 for the next 10 to 30 years. What they're mostly saying is the market's gotten too pessimistic. They think we are going to gradually, if we have like a 2.5% growth economy, we will get inflation. Obviously, we've had 4 bad months. They're all well aware of that, but they think, it's going to gradually move higher. We did have good payrolls data on Friday. We saw some decent wage earnings in that. And, so they feel like we're getting on the road. And some analysis, like Goldman Sachs has done some analysis that some other factors, like the Fed holding so many bonds because of their QE has lowered term premium. That's kind of dragged down inflation expectations. So some of this normalization will help break-even rates move higher, they say.
And we just showed that break-even chart, US 10s and 30-year break-evens inching higher. I wouldn't say it's a big move, but definitely inching.
Right.
Which, I guess you have to ask the question then, is the market going to lead the Fed, or will the Fed lead the market?
Right. Well, I think the Fed does like to see hard numbers. I mean, they do look at the market expectations. They have their survey-based measures of inflation expectations they like as well. But, of course, they need to see the hard figures. So we do have CPI on Friday, which is forecast to be a little bit higher. So possibly if that comes, that'll get them the data that they need. But no one seems to think they're going to do any rate hiking in September. It's going to be a focus on the balance sheet, start to unwind their balance sheet. And then maybe December, although some of the bond market analysts in our story say Fed might not hike until next year, which would give inflation some more room to run. So if the Fed holds off and doesn't hike in December, I mean, that's not a for sure. But, the Fed they always say they're data dependent, right? They may wait, so we don't know. And if they do, that would give inflation some more room to percolate.